See, his immediate response is to fly backwards. So some cowards tied him up to take advantage of him because they couldn't handle it. All he knows is to pull back. His back's so tight you couldn't drive a nail in it. So, and you look at how that hide wrinkles up behind that front leg. My gosh, I can't believe someone's dumb enough to even saddle it. You can't even pet it, let alone saddle it. Look how scared he is. He's no Mustang, BLM horse raised out in the wild. He's been raised inside. He's been around people his whole life and he's this terrified of the humans? That's a joke. Not a very funny one. See, I touch him in behind that front leg where that cinch is going to go where he can kind of handle that. He won't think too much of that at first. Meanwhile, my colt gets a little work on some circles. That won't hurt him any. He is separating my legs now. My colt, he's got to learn to separate because when I reach out and touch him with my colt needs to find out here that that's not about him. That my leg can be active for him, not him. Sometimes. Sometimes. Does anybody know how old this horse is? Guess not. No. 3. Then, the owners aren't here, right? So I guess this is just for you guys. Because whatever they did to get him this way, they'll do it again as soon as he gets home. This is a waste of time if it was just me and the horse here. But it's an opportunity for you guys to learn through watching me work with this horse. That's about all I'm about to do. I would say the prognosis for this horse is pretty grim. But this gives me lots of transitions with this black horse. If I was looking for speed, getting this done in a big hurry, why, I'd do this one on foot. Lens line project. Mindless circles. That's what he assumes. Whenever he's lost, mindless circles. So many times, though, someone will bring me a horse like this, and I'll say that, and then they'll start defending it. And I'll say, well, if it's working so good, then you ride it. Because you can. You can't even saddle him. So obviously what they're doing is not working. The best thing I can tell you about horsemanship, those of you that are really students of horsemanship, is you don't worry about some person telling you right or wrong. Just ask the horse. And if it's working, do it. And if it doesn't work, be smart enough to quit. Go do something else. Find something that'll work. He runs over you, doesn't know how to back up, gets soft. All the typical stuff. His right side is so far behind the left side, I can't even tell you. You can kind of approach him living on the left side. He's so scared on the right, this horse. Still working at touching him here behind this front leg. He doesn't think he can stand it. There's a change. We'll ask him to back a little here. He doesn't have a clue what that's about as far as turning loose. His neck is so hard and braced up and stiff. There's when he'd go to sniff this horse's flank, I'd give him a little bump there. I'm telling him, you stand by him, that you behave. This isn't a chance to flirt at all. At all. And if you're aware of your horse, you fix it right in the beginning. It's never a big deal. But you don't want to let it get carried away. You want the front to step across. Yeah. His front quarters absolutely are bound up, this horse. He doesn't know how to move his front quarters. We'll keep fixing this up till he can find this. He always tries to hop through because he says, I don't know how to step through. I don't have any idea how to get across there. So you can't even use his speed, yet someone thought they ought to saddle him and ride him around. It wouldn't take a real experienced person to see the trouble prior to that, I would think. There's the hind. You'll need the front. There's a try. There's the try. Now we'll lead him a little bit here. See, he's broke the drag too. See? Can't lead him. I am pretty strong like this, so I can pull on him straight away and prevail. Good.
So what's the black horse's, is it his?
Colt.
Colt?
Third rod.
No?
Third rod.
The black one?
See, when these horses, this feels
Yes,
awful good to them, you get that
also.
saddle off to do this. Well, this horse is touchy about you being around him on the ground. He gets scared of you, so it's a wonderful opportunity to have him get to where he just craves you being here. He can't get enough of you being here. Rub the cinch area, because it's going to be sore from carrying a saddle. He's never carried a saddle before. Like some of you, if you followed me around and duplicated the work that I do, some of you are not in condition to do it, and you'd get a little sore. But after a while, you'd get over it. You might have to grow a few more layers of hide on your hands in order to equip you to get dragged around by some of these spoiled horses. But eventually you'd grow. Could do it. I don't let him like that. The bit comes out when the head goes down. I follow him on up like this. Or if you could hit him on the teeth and let him push it out like that. You never let that bit come out when their head's going up. The next time you'd pay for it. And you put his head down like this. See? Let that be where you finish. Down here. You all try to quit a horse mellow. Always. Try to quit him mellow. Relaxed, in other words. Now, we need to do some more on foot with this guy before we saddle him, but that was more for him than anything. Thanks. I want to give him the chance to pull